Hey, Blue Stars! Welcome back to Bluebean's Not So Daily, exposing my classmates. I'm Quizo. It all started when I changed schools in 3rd grade. At the time, I only knew one girl from my old school. Her name was Felicia. I didn't know anyone else in the new class, so I sat with her. During recess, I had lost track of Felicia. I figured she was somewhere else, so I just walked around the playground. Out of nowhere, 2 girls approached me. Their names were Stephanie and Carrie. They came up and said to me, "We don't want to be your friend anymore." The strange part was that I didn't even know them. I had never spoken to Stephanie or Carrie in my life. Still, I felt hurt. Later, when I was with Felicia, she told me the things that Stephanie had been saying about me. They were awful mean, completely untrue, and honestly, things I could never even imagine doing. 3rd grade overall was calm, but that moment stuck with me. 4th grade, everything went downhill fast. That year, Stephanie began spreading even more terrible rumors about me. One thing she did is that she told people I had hidden phones in the bathroom to spy on others. The thing is, I didn't even have my first phone yet, but kids believed her. One moment happened during a school play practice. We were rehearsing a dance, and since I was one of the tallest kids in class, I was sitting in the back row with the others. Stephanie and Carrie were there too. Carrie and I are friends, and at the time, I thought things with Stephanie had cooled down a little. We were chatting normally, and then, out of nowhere, Stephanie accused me of saying terrible things about her, things I had never even thought of. I've never liked talking badly about people, so hearing her make up all these lies about me felt like a punch in the stomach. It was so unfair. I was just trying to fit in and be a normal kid in a new school. But Stephanie seemed determined to make my school life hard. I finally had enough. I told Stephanie, "Girl, if you keep bothering me, I'll tell the teacher everything you've done to me over the years. I've kept my mouth shut all this time, but not anymore." After that, I went back to the classroom, since it was time to go home. That's when Felicia suddenly came up to me and said, "I don't want to be your friend anymore." I loved her so much as a true friend. It hurt me to lose her like that. I went home crying my eyes out. The next day, the teacher made the 3 of us, Stephanie, Felicia, and me, stay behind during recess to talk about what was happening. I finally told her everything. All the lies, the rumors, the bullying. Stephanie began crying, and Felicia kept saying that I was lying, Evan, though she was the one who had told me almost everything. I knew about what Stephanie had been saying about me in the first place, and just when I thought it couldn't get worse, at the very last second, Stephanie shouted she threatened me with a pocket knife. That was a complete lie, and I tried to defend myself, but the teacher wouldn't even let me explain. Instead, she sent me to the principal's office. They called my dad, and the rumors spread like wildfire. Soon, it felt like the entire school hated me. I'm not exaggerating. Everyone in my morning classes avoided me, whispered about me, and treated me like I was some kind of criminal. Thankfully, kids in my noon classes didn't know. And then came 5th grade. Things were better that year. By then, I had started hanging out with new friends, though I was still constantly scared of what Stephanie might do. Surprisingly, she didn't spread any new rumors about me. Meanwhile, Felicia and another girl called Emily were often fighting with each other because Stephanie kept telling her, "You don't spend enough time with me," and stirring up drama between them. Sometimes, Felicia would come to me crying, asking for advice. I wanted to remind her about what happened the year before, so I told her about the incident with the lies and the principal. To my surprise, she already knew I was telling the truth. In fact, almost everyone in my class did, but most of them were too scared to admit it because they didn't want to end up isolated like I had been. Now, though, things were finally different. Truth, I have good friends, and I'm genuinely happy. But I'll admit, a part of me still feels guilty. I never wanted anyone to be sad or hurt, but back then, I didn't have a choice. I had to defend myself. Thank you for listening to my story.
Hi, my name is Dom, and today I'll be exposing some of my weird teachers and classmates. Let's start with my main teacher. For privacy, I'll call her Miss Pearphone because, honestly, her head is shaped like... So, picture this. We're in history class. Everyone's sitting in rows, half asleep, while Miss Pearphone goes on about the lesson. She was reading a book out loud and said, "Do you guys know what the unslur means? Let me do an example with Dom."
Bluebean doesn't like the way this is going.
Instead of explaining what it means, she just straight up called me the word, then explains the meaning. I was flabbergasted. She didn't apologize or anything, so I said, "Ma'am, that is racist." And she replied, "It was just an example for the word." I just sat there, shocked. Honestly, I wanted to get up and slap the King Kong, Young Dong, Kim Jong out of that racist witch. Another time, my history teacher sent my black friend to the principal's office just for asking for her water bottle. But when a white kid called her the B word, she didn't do a thing. Like, tell me you're biased without telling me you're biased. Then there was another situation. Me and my friends were complaining about the racist teachers. And suddenly my main teacher walked in and said, "You call me, is it just me, or did she basically admit it?" Because the moment my friend said the word racist, she popped up, scared us, and kind of exposed herself. Or she was hearing things. And then there was this other time in history class, we were learning about and this one kid, let's call him John, pointed at a picture and said, "That baby is Dom." Like, what the hell did I even do? Actually, that point, I was already annoyed. So I reported him. Yeah, I preferred to let the teachers deal with that annoying rodent. He also says the C word to my Asian friends, and then he tries to claim he's not rack. Anyways, enough with those situations. Let's move on to the weird category. So I have this one friend, well, more like classmate, we'll call Bag. One time, I was helping distribute the notebooks, and out of nowhere, I see Bag pulling down someone else's pants. Unfortunately, I saw everything. They ended up fighting, and when I asked him, "Why would you even do that?" he just said it was for a joke. Like, let's be honest, he did it just to embarrass the other guy. After that, I was packing away. I bent over to put stuff in my bag, and then Bagger tends to give me back shootings. Did I mention that he's Muslim? I felt like I lost my aura. I wanted to cry. But now, whenever I want to pick something up, I squat down.
Relatable. That unlocks a memory of mine. Me deciding to squat instead of bending over to do my laces ever since Moon has used his glow sticks as a makeshift male part. Thankfully, he doesn't do that anymore, but it still haunts me till this day. Sometimes, I wonder if the things he's jokingly done to me would be considered ESA or just banter.
Anyways, that's all I've got.
Hey, you, come here. Just scoot a little closer. You won't get mad, right?
Why would?
I mixed up some of your characters. Well, that's the end. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to smash that like button like always and comment your favorite part of the video. If you haven't already, check out the other videos too. I promise they're awesome. Last but not least, don't forget to subscribe. Peace out, my awesome blue stars. Bye.